The crazy news that they don't want to tell you. This is Coincidental Chaos, and today I'm coming to you with some quick facts. Let's read a book. In Season 3, we'll be combing over the Spectro Chrome Magazines, the abridged version, by Dinshah P. Ghadiali. Disclaimer: I am not a medical professional. This discussion is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only, and is based upon reviewed historical research and my own personal experience. Dinshah Ghadiali was a very intelligent and versatile man. He was born in India in 1873, but by the age of 14, he had graduated from college and was studying medicine. For income, he started a business installing electrical lights, doorbells, and burglar alarms. In 1891, he came across the Theosophical Society, which introduced him to spirituality. In 1892, he was appointed superintendent of telephone and telegraph for Dulfer State. In 1893, he signed on as an electrical engineer with the Peninsular and Oriental Steamship Company. In 1894, he was appointed electrical engineer of Patiala State and mechanical engineer of the Ambala flour mills. Dinshah's first visit to the U.S. was in 1896, where he met with Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla, and he gave lectures on X-rays and radioactivity. At the time, this technology was being used clinically for such things as bone fractures and gunshot wounds. He then returned to India and developed a medical practice utilizing natural medicine. Dinshah decided to carry on the work of Edwin S. Babbitt, who wrote The Principles of Light and Color. This introduced him to the concept of chromotherapy, healing with colored light. In 1899, Dinshah became stage manager at the Bombay Theatre and installed one of the earliest electric motion picture projectors. Then, he opened 2 electromedical halls. Dinshah emigrated to the U.S. in 1911, but none of his previous experience or credentials were accepted, and he had trouble finding employment. So he turned his focus on becoming an inventor, and he developed an automobile engine fault finder and an anti-forgery electric pen. It is believed he earned $100,000 for the pen, but as for the fault finder, he donated it to the U.S. government for use on aircraft engines. In 1917, Dinshah was naturalized as a U.S. citizen. In 1919, he was appointed governor of the New York City Police Aviation School and then was later commissioned as colonel and commander of the New York Police Reserve Air Service. At the same time, he also became vice president of the National Association of Drugless Practitioners. By 1920, Dinshah had perfected the techniques of what he coined Spectro Chrome therapy, or healing with light. He purchased a 23-acre spot of land in New Jersey and opened up the Spectro Chrome Institute. In doing so, he single-handedly became the medical industry and the FDA's worst nightmare. Now today, there are gadgets and gizmos aplenty that are expensive and clinically proven to be effective. But when this very accomplished and decorated man wrote the books on it in 1933, he was met with disdain from the U.S. government for meddling with their profits that they had began accumulating through the medical industry. Now, it's important to note that the concept of color medicine has been around for well over 8,000 years, and it is believed to have been developed by the Egyptian god Thoth, who the Greeks knew as Hermes, who the Romans knew as Mercury, who the Chinese knew as Sun Wukong. I don't find it to be of any coincidence that we idolize a son of God who was believed to have had healing powers. And the buildings in which we go to worship him are all enshrined in colored glass. Yet we seem to forget that God said, "Let there be light," and Jesus said, "I am the light of the world." Indeed, the light of Christ guides us through the darkness of sin, life, and struggle, both spiritually and literally. Are you ready to open your eyes? Well, I guess that cat's out of the bag. Follow me for more quick facts with Coincidental Chaos.